On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people. I recently ran a video on the problem with an 8% withdrawal rule, which was Dave Ramsey said you could safely do. And we showed that 8% just doesn't work too well. And here's how it actually works out. Let's say somebody retired in 1998 and they figured they needed $5,000 a month. They got $1667 in Social Security, so they needed $3333, which would be the 8% Dave Ramsey was talking about. $40,000 on a $500,000 balance. First couple of years, no problem. Here's what you'd be getting monthly. But I want you to notice after 3 down years, you could only withdraw $2,109, which would be 8% of the remaining balance. That's 8% rule. And somebody said, well, if the market goes down, you need to go back to work. Well, I don't exactly like that answer. That's not retirement planning in my mind. Somebody else said, well, who in the world would keep their money 100% in the S&P 500? And we show in this video, no, you don't keep 100% in the S&P 500 in retirement. The best thing to do is put some money over in a cash reserve account. So we said, let's take 30% over and put it in a cash reserve account, and let's say it's paying 4%. So you leave 70% in the S&P 500. You put 30% over here. So when the market's going down, which I'm going to show you right here, the money's going to come out of the cash reserve account, not out of the S&P account, because you want those numbers to be as high as possible. So when the market does come back, here's the 3 down years. There's 39,000 coming out with a 2% COLA, by the way, just to keep up with inflation. This 39,000 is coming out of the cash reserve account. So when the market does come back, like it came back in 2003 and so on, you can benefit from these 28%, 10%, so on. But somebody said in that case, you'd run out of money in 12 years. Somebody said, well, that's way too liberal. You need be a more conservative investment. So let's go with a 60-40 split. I want you to notice the reds here. This is where you're actually running out of money. 60-40 split. It lasts a little bit longer, but you're still running out of money. 14 years. Somebody said, well, what if you do an 80-20 split? 80% left in the S&P 500, 20% going over here. You're still running out of money in 15 years. Well, let's just go 100%. Forget about the stock market. Even in that scenario, you're running out of money. What's the problem in this whole scenario? It doesn't matter what your asset allocation is. You're taking out 8% of this 500,000, and even if you don't give yourself a COLA, the numbers don't change a whole lot. The problem isn't with the asset allocation. The problem is with the 8% rule. You can't take out 8% and have your money last, whether you're in the stock market or not. You cannot do that. Of course, Dave Ramsey's contention was that, yeah, you are in the stock market and you're getting 12%. So after 10, 15, 20 years, this 40,000, you're taking 12% of what that's growing to because it's averaging, looking at average. You could be taking out these kind of numbers. Where you can see over here that doesn't work too well. In fact, in 2009, starting out with 33.33, by the time you got down here, you'd only have 220,000 left because you're taking this out. And over here, Dave says, no, you'd have 1.623, even taking out 115,000. The numbers don't work. You cannot take out 8% in most scenarios. Some scenarios, yes, you can do that. But you don't know when these down years are going to happen, and you need to be prepared for those. Don't take out 8%. The safest rule we've shown you in other videos is the 4% rule. Sometimes you can go up to 6% or whatever. But check out some of those other videos, and they'll go into more detail. I just wanted to show you this 8% rule. No matter what asset allocation you use, you're going to run out of money. Again, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. You still see these reds. Why? Because you're initially taking out 8% when the 4% rule will last. The 8% rule won't. Our channel is called $1 Million Made Easy. I hope I answered some questions here. The dangers of the 8% rule, regardless of whether you're in the stock market or not. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing, and please share this with other people.